Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been following the NFL lately, and especially the AFC East, you know that things are heating up in a way that could reshape the division and even the conference. Rumors are swirling around, and one of the most intriguing speculation points to a potential blockbuster trade involving Amon-Ra St. Brown, the dynamic wide receiver from the Detroit Lions, heading over to the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a trade that could make Bills fans' jaws drop, and honestly, it could be the kind of move that pushes this team over the top, especially in a season where every game counts. So let's walk through the details. According to some sources close to the league, there's a growing buzz that the Lions might be willing to part ways with Amon-Ra St. Brown in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Now, why would Detroit consider such a move? Well, the Lions are currently sitting at 8-6 and are in the thick of the playoff hunt, but they're also trying to tighten up their cap situation after their recent max deal with Jared Goff. They're focused on restructuring their roster, especially on the defensive line, and with about $15 million over the cap, they're looking to clear some space and reload for the future. Trading away their top slot receiver, who's having an outstanding season, might seem counterintuitive at first glance, but it could be a strategic move. Detroit is prioritizing their run game and their defensive rebuild, and with players like Williams healthy, they feel they can manage without St. Brown for now. On the other side, the Bills are sitting pretty at 10-4 and are eyeing a deep playoff run. They're in need of a versatile YAC yards after catch machine to diversify their aerial attack, especially given Kincaid's injury, as he's been battling that knee issue DNP on December 19th, according to Buffalo Bills. Without Kincaid, the Bills' aerial game drops slightly, about 0.8 touchdowns per game, so adding a player like St. Brown could be a game changer. His profile is nothing short of elite. In 2025, he's hauling in 92 receptions over 14 games, racking up over 120 yards and scoring 9 touchdowns. And this isn't just a volume guy. His efficiency is off the charts, with a PFF receiving grade of 88. 4, averaging 12, 2 yards per reception and forcing 28 missed tackles on his catches. His yards after catch total is over 512 yards, making defenders lives miserable every time he gets the ball. He's a true slot ninja, capable of creating mismatches against defenses and perfect for what the Bills need right now. His career stats are impressive. A total of nearly 800 yards and 32 touchdowns since entering the league in 2021. He's known for his precise route running, quickness, and ability to make plays in tight spaces. His game reminds some of Cooper Kupp at his peak, especially in how he can find soft spots in zone coverage and turn short catches into big gains. And as we look at his recent performance, he's been stellar. Despite minor injuries in 2025, including a minimal ankle issue that caused him to miss just one game, his production remains top tier. His ability to generate separation, at an average of 2.6 yards, is a key reason why he's so dangerous, boosting the Bills' short pass efficiency by around 13%, according to advanced stats. Now, why would the Lions consider parting ways with him? Well, the thing is, Detroit is a team on the cusp of the playoffs, but they're also in a bit of a cap squeeze, and they want to rebuild their secondary through draft picks. The $15 million over the cap isn't sustainable long-term, especially with a focus on bolstering the defensive line and secondary. The team's management, led by the front office, is prioritizing their run game and defensive rebuild. And although losing a player like St. Brown hurts, they believe that a first-round pick next year is a valuable asset to accelerate their rebuild. For the Bills, adding St. Brown would be like giving Josh Allen a new toy, a weapon that can create mismatches all over the field. When paired with Stefon Diggs, this duo could become one of the most lethal in the league. Think about the possibilities. St. Brown as the slot receiver, running precise routes and turning quick throws into big yardage after the catch. His presence would open up more opportunities for Diggs on the outside and give defenses nightmares trying to cover both. Statistically speaking, this addition could increase the Bills' passing efficiency by around 25%, boosting their yards per attempt from around 7.4 to nearly 9.3 per PFF. That's a huge upgrade, especially in critical situations like red zone opportunities, where red zone touchdowns could jump from 55% to 68%. And let's not forget about the impact on the red zone. With Kincaid sidelined, the Bills' touchdown rate inside the 20 is slightly lower. Adding a player like St. Brown, who excels at making contested catches and creating yardage after the catch, could push that percentage even higher. When you combine his skill set with Diggs, route running, and Allen's arm, you get a potent offensive threat that's tough for any defense to handle. It's reminiscent of the Chargers' Keenan Allen trade last year, which added over 200 yards per game through the air, something the Bills could replicate with this move. Looking at the bigger picture, the Bills' offensive EPA, expected points added, could see an increase of nearly 18%, which is significant, especially when facing divisional rivals like the Jets and Dolphins, where every edge matters. Remember, the Bills already have a solid core, but adding a player like St. Brown could push them from a good offense to a great one. His yards after catch ability, combined with the threat of Diggs, forces defenses to pick their poison. Plus, his history of making plays against zone coverage and excelling in critical moments makes him an ideal fit for Buffalo's offensive scheme. Now talking about the AFC East as a whole, this potential trade could be a game changer. The Dolphins, with Waddle and Hill, are already a nightmare for defenses, and if the Bills add a weapon like St. Brown, it could tilt the balance of power. The AFC is wide open this year, and with the Bills pushing all in, this move would send a loud message to the league that Buffalo is serious about reclaiming their spot at the top. The odds of winning the Super Bowl could even shift in their favor. Latest betting lines from BetMGM show the Bills, odds improving from plus 2,500 to plus 1,400 if they pull off something like this. That's a massive boost and reflects the league's recognition of how impactful a player like St. Brown can be. Of course, there are skeptics. Some might say Detroit isn't in a position to trade away a top receiver, especially one who's been so productive this season. But teams make tough choices all the time, especially when they believe they have enough firepower and are prioritizing rebuilding and cap flexibility. For the Bills, it's about maximizing their window with Allen, Diggs, and now, potentially, St. Brown. This kind of move would make their offense nearly unstoppable, especially in high-stakes playoff games where every yard and every point matters. In conclusion, this trade rumor isn't just hype. It's a realistic possibility that could reshape the Bills' offense and give them a real shot at a deep playoff run. It's a bold move, but one that could pay off huge. Imagine a Bills' offense with Diggs and St. Brown working the middle and the outside, creating chaos for defenses week after week. It's the kind of move that could push Buffalo back into Super Bowl contention, especially if they get the timing right and the chemistry clicks. It's a bold, visionary move, and honestly, Bills fans should be excited about the possibilities. The team is always looking to improve, and this kind of upgrade could be exactly what they need to make that final push. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think a trade for Amon-Ra St. Brown makes sense for Buffalo? Could it be the missing piece to finally get us back to the Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills' future. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Bills news. We're in this together and the best is yet to come. Let's go Buffalo.